There are a lot of government officers who come here. Like today we received the Mr. Suresh Prabhuji. Now he himself is very much interested in an environment concern. So we are very happy with interacting with him, giving in the information about the product which made in India and what we have done.
This is a very nicely organized conference, and we have very eminent speakers here, so there was a lot of learning listening to them, their thought processes, and the active participation of the people were also there. So it was a very thought-provoking and enriching experience.
So this is a very good initiative by Goa PCB and Goa government. We hope that this would continue and this would flourish in a better way from next year.
Very frankly speaking, it's a very good opportunity for the stall owners to tell about what is their product which can benefit to them at large. Example is that I came here with not a business sense but to educate people that we have a product which is good looking and which can be a good opportunity to help Swachh Bharat mission, and such conferences helps to spread the word, and I think this is the best way to go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Let's welcome our dignitaries on the dais with a huge round of applause, everyone. I'll welcome all the dignitaries, our chief guest, Honorable Minister of PWD, Law and Judiciary, Legislative Affairs and Environment and Climate Change, Government of Goa, Shri Nilesh Kabralji, Shri Arun Kumar Mishra, IAS Secretary, Environment and Climate Change, Government of Goa, Vice Chairman, CII Goa State Council and Managing Director of Agrawal Renewable Energy Private Limited, Shri Anirudh Agrawal, Chairman, Goa State Pollution Control Board, Shri Mahesh K. Patilji, Member Secretary, Goa Pollution Control Board, Dr. Shamila Monteroji. Everybody, let's hear it for all the dignitaries on the dais. I request Chairman, Goa State Pollution Control Board, Shri Mahesh K. Patilji, to deliver his welcome address. Everybody, let's hear it for Mr. Patil.
I'm very happy that you all have come here to witness this first Environment and Sustainability Summit, which we have organized in Goa. Many a time you think something grand idea, but it doesn't happen alone. This is an example where we at the Pollution Control Board just mooted this idea, and then we got a lot of support from all the partners whom we have sent.
I request Vice Chairman, CII Goa State Council and Managing Director of Agrawal Renewable Energy Private Limited, Shri Anirudh Agrawalji, to come forward and deliver his address. Everybody, let's hear it for Mr. Anirudh.
The theme of the summit is building a sustainable future, which is very relevant as India steers towards G20 presidency and delivers actionable policy recommendations to spur economic and sustainable growth. The B20 India 23 is anchored by CII. This year's B20 engagement group embraces the theme RAISE, towards responsible, accelerated, innovative, sustainable and equitable businesses, affirming values of business across the globe. The G20 theme, Vasudevai Kutumbanam, epitomizes our age-old belief that the world is one family that has come from one bedrock.
I request Shri Arun Kumar Mishra ji, IAS Secretary Environment and Climate Change, Government of Goa, to deliver his address. Let's hear it for Mr. Mishra.
सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज जो पर्यावरण के लिए है वो गरीबी है. Poverty is the biggest challenge for environment. So what we are doing, जैसे हम इंडस्ट्री की बात करते हैं, पोल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड नॉर्म्स देता है, आप ये लगाएं, ये करें, वो करें. मुझे दिल्ली की एक याद आती है थोड़ा, क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री के लीडर्स यहाँ पे अवेलेबल हैं. मैं उनके सामने ये शेयर करूँगा कि दिल्ली में जब CNG फ्लीट पे कन्वर्जन की बात आई कि CNG कर ही देना है, 7 डेज़ में कर देना है सर 2000 में, तो सारी इंडस्ट्री खड़ी हो गई. लेकिन बड़े इन्फीरियर प्रोडक्ट आ गए, बहुत इन्फीरियर प्रोडक्ट आए, क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट्स नहीं हुए थे और किसी में इतना नहीं था कि वॉल्वो से या किसी अन्य बड़ी मल्टीनेशनल से परचेज़ करें. तो लोकल रेमेडीज़ आई, बसों में आग लगने लगी, हीट होने लगी, स्पीड नहीं ले पाए. तो इस पॉइंट पे मेरा ये कहना है कि किसी भी सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी जो है बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है.
So right now what you can do is put your hands together. Let's have a huge round of applause and let's welcome our chief guest. Let's fill this hall with a lot of energy and welcome him up on stage to deliver his inaugural address. Let's welcome our Honorable Minister for PWD, Law and Judiciary, Legislative Affairs and Environment and Climate Change, Government of Goa, Shri Nilesh Kabral ji. Zabardast taaliyan ho jaye. Thank you.
International Environment and Sustainable Summit, which is being organized by the Goa State Pollution Control Board, the exhibitors, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. Well, to speak of, I think it is better that you all speak than I speak as a politician. But as all politicians say that we have to start somewhere and end somewhere. God knows when they will end, but we have to assume that we will be ending somewhere. So let us start with yesterday's budget speech. I mean the budget what Honorable Sitaramai ji and under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister. When we say sustainability and environment, I think yesterday's budget was very joyful for all of us to be part of and to say, yes, there is something that the Honorable Prime Minister does not only speak in the entire world, but he does it, he brings in something for his entire country where we can be part of, to see how we all can be seeing where the goals of achievements are there.
I request Dr. Shamila Montero, Member Secretary, Goa Pollution Control Board, to deliver her vote of thanks.
I am honored and privileged to propose the vote of thanks to the distinguished guests. On behalf of the Goa State Pollution Control Board and the organizers, I express my deep sense of gratitude and thank Honorable Chief Minister for his wholehearted support for this summit.
I now request Mr. Khare to take the session forward.
And I'm really very honored to be in the state of Goa, in the city of Panjim, which is one of the most cleanest cities in the country. So let me start with telling a very basic climate equation. Everybody's talking about a word called climate change. So it was around the year 1850, that is what we call a pre-industrial age time, where all the coal-based or fossil fuel-based industrial development started. First Indian Railway happened in 1853 in Mumbai from the VT terminus to nearby Thane area. It was a big beast carrying 400 people. It was center for the entire economy to evolve in the city of Mumbai.
And now I request Dr. Arora to chair the session and take it further.
We are very proud of, I'm representing right now EU Resource Efficiency Project, but I'm also working with GIZ, which is German International Cooperation. And we are actually very proud of having this session here, which is actually talking about circularity, because I don't know how many of you know actually that Goa is the first state to have its own resource efficiency and circular economy strategy.
86% of organizations around the world cite lack of proper collaboration as the biggest reason for cost blowout, inefficiencies and not delivering. I was reading a report about air quality issues in India, and there was 7,000 crores spent apparently in the last 5 years, and the air quality is going down. Circularity going down. We have been talking about recycling for the last bloody 50 years, and a 5-year-old kid understands recycling. Then why doesn't 85% of the world get it right? These are some fundamental serious questions to discuss and address.
Can we have a louder round of applause? Okay, all right. So moving on, I hand over the stage to Dr. Haldar.
So 2022, we actually completed our 25 years. This is our 26th year running. And in India and South Asia, we are here. This is our 11th year running. We completed our 10th year. So for a quarter of century, organizations and their stakeholders have relied on GRI to understand the impacts and the performance of environmental, social, economic and governance topics that are important and relevant for a particular business from their own sector, from their location and from their scale of operation.
Right now, when I was in Terry before I joined Aditya Birla Group, we would organize sustainability conferences and try to come up with these mindset changes. But now, regulators like the Goa Pollution Control Board is organizing these summits, which means that we are rolling our sleeves and coming together and talking about this, and that is what the policymakers are more vocal about. So, like it or not, ESG is the new lens through which companies are being evaluated. So, unless and until I embrace that ESG principle, unless and until I positively demonstrate my commitment through action, I will not be a winner of tomorrow.
I now hand over the stage to our chair and moderator, Shri R. Mukundanji.
Fundamentally, I think one of the key elements we will engage with him is on fresh water and what fresh water is, importance of that, how do we sort of have nature-based solutions on that. Shantanu heads the environment sustainability for Apraava Energy, so we will get his perspective on nature-based solution, and also at a later point, how does his business look at this entire element.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for allowing us to start on time by sacrificing your coffee break. We promise that we'll make up to this. This is going to be an interesting session, or that's what the plan is. I think with my panel settled and with the introductions done, I would want to convey our sincere thanks to Shri Suresh Prabhu. We are delighted, sir, that you could make it and be with us here today. I would request you to start this session with a keynote address, please.
So good afternoon, friends. The chairman of State Control Board, he's my old friend, who invited me, and I told him I'll definitely make it. So I'm very happy that I could honor my commitment. And it is nice to see so many old friends, including Mr. Mukundan, Seema, and many others who are attending this program. So nice to be amongst friends. So very briefly, because I know you have something on your plate already, because the chairman told me you speak for a short time, which is true, because I have very little time, so is the planet.
We are going to have the panel discussion on waste management, technology and innovation, and would like to invite our chair and moderator, Dr. Sukumar Devota.
I'm Sukumar Devota. I was the director of NERI 15 years ago. So the first speaker will be Professor Shyama from IIT Bombay. And if I have to read his CV, it'll be mesmerizing, so I thought I'll cut it down to make it a little bit moderate for everybody. He has double PhD from US, and he has done postdoc at Harvard, and he has been teaching at IIT, produced many PhDs, and is very well known as a consultant.
I now hand over the stage to Dr. Lav Shetwarji. Thank you.
Co-host of this event for very thoughtfully combining the subject of environment and sustainability. Well, you all will agree with me that greenhouse gases, the climate change and the sustainability are the most pressing challenges the world is facing today. However, in Indian context, we can't ignore the so-called conventional pollution. We have Dr. Pritesh Shah, who is CEO of Prima Equipment. He's not only CEO of a company which produces a very high quality indigenous equipment for the air quality monitoring, but he himself is having a very good expertise and he's fully aware of the challenges in this domain. So I request Dr. Pritesh to please go ahead with your brief presentation.
So I'll be not discussing about my company, my product, but this is the fundamental requirement before we talk about the air pollution control or air pollution validation. So if I say this is a pollutant, the sulfur dioxide in the ambient air is 5 ppb or 100 ppb or 5 microgram. How you validate that product? Suppose my source emission. So source emission is a chimney. I am putting an analyzer and I am saying that my thousands and crores of data which has been registered at the Central Pollution Control Board server.
welcome you to the third day of First International Environment and Sustainability Summit Goa 2023. Everybody, let's have a round of applause for our dignitaries. I hand over the session to Dr. Vaidya.
So anyway, this is the first panel discussion for today, and the topic is sustainability solutions at scale. And I think we are not great experts in this area, and none of us are, and should be. It's a big, huge, open topic, open-ended topic, and there are a lot of open-ended things into this. We should think that India is a large country geographically and population-wise. When I interact with several decision makers about certain proposal, they quickly ask me approximately unit cost. I feel encouraged by this economic awareness in the minds of decision makers.
So next session is Startup on Green Technology. This day is full of many further activities that we are going to see. So I now hand over the stage to Shri Tarun Jamiji.
Good morning, everyone. Just 3 minutes away from the afternoon. I'm Tarun Jami. I'm the founder and CEO of Green Jams. At Green Jams, we make carbon negative building materials from crop residues. The goal is to remove 10% of global carbon dioxide emissions and therefore help reverse climate change. So today's session is actually quite interesting, but unfortunately I think we've thinned the herd in the audience at least. But anyway, for everyone who are present in the audience, thank you so much for remaining behind and actually listening to us.
Moving on to the valedictory session agenda for the sustainable future of the first International Environment and Sustainability Summit Goa, I am honored and delighted to welcome our dignitaries of the session to the dais. Shri Bhupender Yadavji, Honorable Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Labour Employment, Government of India. Shri Nilesh Kabralji, Honorable Minister for PWD, Law and Judiciary, Legislative Affairs and Environment and Climate Change, Government of Goa. Dr. Puneet Kumar Goyal, IAS Chief Secretary, Government of Goa. Shri Nitin Prasad, Chairman, CII Cleaner Air Better Life Initiative, Chairman, Shell India. Ms. Seema Arora, Deputy Director General, Confederation of Indian Industry. Shri Mahesh K. Patil, Chairman, Goa State Pollution Control Board, and Dr. Shamila Montero, Member Secretary, Goa State Pollution Control Board. Can we have a round of applause for all the dignitaries on the dais? I now welcome and request Shri Mahesh K. Patiji to please give the welcome address.
Once again, I welcome you all for this closing function, and I hope you all stay here for last 3 days must have been good. If there were any lacuna, any issues, forgive me, it's my responsibility. But if you enjoyed well, all my team has done excellent work. Thank you, and have a wonderful valedictory function.
Thank you so much, Patil sir. To welcome all the dignitaries with bouquet of flower, we would like to invite Member Secretary, GSPCB, Dr. Shamila Montero.
Place and ensuring
दो दिन लंबी चलने वाली इस सेमिनार में भाग लेने वाले सभी प्रतिभागीगण, इस 2 दिन की कॉन्फ्रेंस का जो टाइटल आपने रखा, सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर, बिल्डिंग ए सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर, ये एक इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है। लेकिन जब बिल्डिंग ए सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर की बात करते हैं, तो अब जब सोविनियर मेरे हाथ में आई तो इसमें बहुत अच्छा लिखा है, सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर किसके लिए? फॉर अस एंड एवरी लिविंग क्रिएचर अराउंड अस। तो सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर केवल मनुष्यों के लिए नहीं है, सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर सबके लिए।
I request everybody to kindly stand in respect of our national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
इसे अंत ना कहते हुए आई वुड लाइक टू कॉल इट, ये एक शुरुआत है एक बेहतर कल की। वी जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर, टुगेदर वी कैन एंड वी विल। थैंक यू।